Welcome to What the Hell episode. Today we're going to talk about tropes in horror movies. Basically, well, you watched the Halloween Kills.
Uh-huh.
And, well, I don't get horror movies. Depending on the genre of it, like Army of Darkness, I love.
Well, that's just
Evil Dead.
pillow talk, baby.
I know.
I fucking love Bruce Campbell.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, the TV series, The Evil Dead versus Ash, that was great.
Right, it was. And, you know, when they went to go remake Evil Dead with all new people,
Yeah.
I mean, Bruce Campbell was just like, really? I mean, you can't replace Ash. I mean, you can recast Ash, but it's like it's not going to be the same because Bruce Campbell is Ash. Ash is Bruce Campbell.
Yeah.
You know,
But
it's like Einhorn is Finkel.
no, there's another thing that, and we'll bring up Supernatural in this because there's still horror. That's the only other horror type genre thing I'll watch constantly.
Right.
But there was an episode. I think I talked about it on this. Is there was an episode to where they were going to a convention, a Supernatural book convention, and one of the guys is like, "Why don't they just put the bungee cords on their weapons and everything so they don't lose it?" And Dean and Sam were looking at each other. It's like, why don't we do that?
Yeah, I saw that clip. Why
why
don't we do that? That's actually a really good idea.
Yeah, that's a pretty good idea. And you always see, and this going from like superhero movies and everything like that, they're always, the weapon of choice is always pushed aside. I mean, even in Free Guy, it was the glasses. The glasses were his weapon stash, basically. And they kicked the glasses away and everything, and he had to put them on, and he finally was able to fight a little bit better. But that's always the trope in any kind of movie. It's like, oh, his weapon's kicked aside. He's not going to be able to get it fast enough. Oh, he finally got it. Oh, he saved the day. That trope and just always gets me. I'm like, put a bungee cord on it.
Right. I pulled up a list of tropes, and I'm just like, yeah, I've seen that. Yep, I've seen that.
Yeah, once you start.
Yep, I've seen that.
Once you, that's like the cat that jumps out.
Yeah.
Even Supernatural did a funny on it.
Yeah, the jump scare. Yeah.
That Dean was scared of everything in that one episode, and cat jumped out and he started screaming like a little girl.
Yeah. Like with Halloween, can you hear me like at all?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, weird. Do.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. I can barely hear myself, but it's cool. Like with Halloween Kills, you know, I mean, of course, Jamie Lee Curtis is in it, right? You know, but she doesn't play so much of a critical part in this movie because she spends most of her time in the hospital recovering from surgery to repair the wounds that she received after Michael, you know, almost killed her.
What was
in
that?
The 2018 movie,
The Halloween Resurrection or some shit like that.
If you're talking about like conical
because
timeline,
it was a sequel.
Right. Well, if you're talking about conical timeline, the 1978 movie and then the 2018 movie are true sequels from each other, right? And then Halloween Kills picks up right at the end of the 2018 movie.
Okay.
So if you're going to watch any Halloween movies, just watch those three, and then you'll be completely caught up. Halloween 2, 3, and then H2O, they're just, trash.
Well, they also have the one from Rob Zombie.
Yeah, but not that one's not even.
It was just named Halloween.
Yeah.
The 2018 one.
Yeah, I mean, it's just Halloween, then Halloween for the 2018 version, and then Halloween Kills. But
because it was Halloween 2007 was the
H2O.
No,
Rob
the
Zombie.
2007 was the Rob Zombie, and the second one was Rob Zombie. I'm gonna make sure on that one. Yeah, Rob Zombie directed both of those. But I wonder how Halloween H2O timeline goes into it? Because I know it's like Halloween, Halloween 2, then it jumps over to H2O in some fashion, and then Halloween Resurrected, then Halloween Kills.
Yeah, well, like I said, 78, 2018, and then Halloween Kills. Those are the three that run concurrently. The storyline goes from here to there, and it's all. I mean, that's ultimately that's going to be what the trilogy is. Mm-hmm. But spoiler alert: Michael's not dead.
Yeah, because in the 2018 Halloween, he ended up changing his outfit to what was
the blue
it?
coveralls with the mask, but
No, he switched it out to the it was God, what was it? EMT.
no. See, I watched all three of them in the same weekend: the 78, the 18, and then the Halloween Kills, because they all flew together. I mean, they all flowed together. So he didn't change his outfit.
No, he did. Well, okay. At the end of the Halloween movie of 2018, he didn't change his outfit. What he did was he switched the mask on one of the EMT's head, chopped the guy's head off, and they thought he was dead. That was the
No, that wasn't the 18 version.
It wasn't. What was it?
No, that was probably one of the Rob Zombie ones.
No, because Jamie Lee Curtis was in it.
Well, then it was H2O.
Might have been.
But in the 2018, the only thing like decapitation that he did is he decapitated a cop. They were partners, and he killed them both, right?
Mm-hmm.
He takes the head, cuts it off one cop, hollows it out, takes his partner's flashlight, sticks it in there, turns it on, and then sets it in the lap of the dead of his dead partner. And that's how they find him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
No, there was another interesting thing with Halloween Kills that people were getting upset about. Is the
yeah, the gay couple.
The gay couple.
Yeah,
died.
The gay couple bought the Myers house. They remodeled it, right? And you know,
Yeah.
and anytime like kids would come up and screw with them, they're like, "Do you know whose house this used to be? This is the Myers house." You know, and they're like, and they'd sit there and like, "Yeah," you know, just yell at the kids, and they'd run off screaming or whatever, right? And you know, eventually Michael goes home in that movie, and so they hear something at the back door, and they're like, "Honey, you gonna go get that?" It's like, "No, just go get it. It's probably just some kids screwing around, right?" Because you know they don't know that Michael's out running around.
Yeah.
Right. The entire town knows, but these two they decided to stay in on Halloween night.
Or they decided to turn off the news.
Well, they were watching a horror movie marathon or whatever, right? Okay. And so the taller of the two goes to the back door, and he steps outside, and he's like, "There's nobody there." So he shuts the door, and then goes up front. And then they're like, "Well, what was it?" And he says, "Well, there's nobody there." And so they hear something out the front door, and he's like, "All right." So the other partner, he gets up, and he's like, "I'm going to take care of this." So he goes out on the front porch, and there was nothing there. And so he goes back inside, and he goes, "Did you lock the back door?" He's like, I don't think so. So he goes back in the kitchen to go back to the back door, and it's open. And he sees so like a bloody handprint on the door frame, and then you know he's like, "I think somebody's here," and then they hear somebody walking around upstairs. You hear that whole heavy footstep.
Yeah.
You know, and so they had this like charcuterie board with the meat and cheese. I can never pronounce that word.
Cutlery.
Charcuterie or whatever.
Cutlery.
No, not cutlery. It's just basically a board that has got meats and cheeses on it.
Oh.
Charcuterie or charcuterie. Anyways, it doesn't matter. So they both go upstairs and they split up. That's a trope. You split up the party to solve the problem, right?
No, always.
Yeah. And so the shorter of the two partners goes into the den. He gets killed, like, right away. And so the taller of the two, the one that originally went to the back door, walks in. He sees Mike. He sees his partner laying there on the floor. Then he looks up, and Michael's staring out the window. And he looks over at him. He goes, "Michael, you've come home," right?
Yeah.
And Michael just turns around and walks ever so slowly over to him and just kills him right there, right? And so when the granddaughter of Jamie Lee Curtis goes into that house, right, with her boyfriend and her boyfriend's dad, they go into the den. What?
Well, I was looking at how you pronounce it and everything like that. This is how it's pronounced.
Charcuterie.
Charcuterie.
Charcuterie. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you know what it means? Deli.
Okay. So it's a deli board. Let's just call it what it is. It's a deli board. We're going to call it a deli board. In fact, when I go down next time I visit my girlfriend, and she's like, "Oh, let's go get one of these." "Oh, you mean a deli board?" That's French for deli. You know,
Yeah.
I'm going to sound all educated. Anyway, which is kind of apropos because we're going to go to Cheers when we go to Boston.
Oh, yeah. That was in Boston, wasn't it?
Yeah. So they've got the set, and then they've got the actual bar. And so, yeah, I'm going to go in there. I'm going to try to do my best Cliff Clavin impression.
Okay.
You know, I'm going to spout some random facts like, you know, Alec Baldwin is a more effective sniper than John Wilkes Booth. Oh man!
And if you haven't heard, Alec Baldwin shot 2 people with a prop gun.
quote unquote prop gun. It had a live round in it. It from what I understand, from what I've read, it went through the cinematographer and hit the director.
Yeah, what it was they didn't have a from what they're saying is they didn't have a union. I guess it would be
A prop
union guy, and they just got somebody, and they're like, "Oh yeah, let's all can secure, sir."
Yeah, he said that the prop master handed him a prop and was like, "Yeah, this is a cold gun," which meant that it was clear and it was safe. But you still, Alec Baldwin being Alec Baldwin, does what he decides, what he wants to do, and he points it at a crew member.
Yeah,
Like, really? Come on, man. And oddly enough, the movie that they're filming, Rust, is about a 13-year-old child that is wrongfully accused of killing somebody.
that is all kinds of weird.
Right? So,
But the last time that something like this happened was 2003 or 1993.
yeah, with Brandon Lee. But they still don't know who actually pulled the trigger on that one.
No, they don't.
And they're never not. And because of the scene where he actually got shot,
There was like 15 people shooting.
15 people. Yeah, I mean, it was in that conference room where all the crime lords were having their little Halloween night conference, whatever. But yeah, getting back to Halloween. So when they go up into the house, the kids go into the house to, figure out what's going on. They start downstairs and then they go upstairs. And when they get upstairs into the den, the study, the way that the camera work, played out was that it showed a record player playing a vinyl, and it was playing a love song, right?
Yeah.
And then it pans over to the left, and you see a photo from when this couple was younger, and the shorter of the two was laying on the ground with his head in the lap of the taller guy.
Mm-hmm.
Michael found the picture, put the record on, and arranged their bodies to imitate that photo.
What's really sad in this whole thing is just to judge how dark we are. You're laughing your head off about the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm like, that's fucking classy right there, right? And
Oh, you can commit murder, but as long as it's classy.
oh yeah, have a little bit of taste,
Yeah.
I mean, decapitation might be taking it a little too far, but these guys were in love. They were just
And
entering the stages of rigor mortis, embracing. That's all it was.
Yeah.
You know,
and the
but-
woke culture, wow.
Oh, God,
they're just
yes.
going crazy
and
about
Dave
it.
Chappelle made this point during his new special, The Closer. You can make fun of black people. You can make fun of Hispanics. You can make racist jokes. But you can't make fun of the LGBTQ crowd.
Yeah.
You know, and at the end of his special, he was like, look, this is it. This is the end. I am not making any more LGBTQ jokes until you can sit down with me and we can figure this out. Because, I mean, it's like they're okay with all the racist crap.
Oh, yeah.
But, oh, God, forbid. And you know, he had actually talked about a stand-up comedian that he became friends with that was trans.
Yeah. Dude, that story right there, it was like a gut punch.
Yeah, so
Oh,
did you
man.
watch it?
Oh, yeah, I watched it.
Yeah. So
That's
you know,
why I told you. That's
and
why I
he's
told
like,
you about the...
and her own people did this to her.
yeah.
You know,
What's
and
really
he was like,
sad-
I was mad at her.
Yeah.
You know, but then you know, in classic David Chappelle style, you know, he was like, she identified as a woman, but the way she went out to the top of a building and jumped to her death. That is some gangsta ass shit that only a man would do. You know? And he goes, so he went out and started a trust fund for her kids. You know, her kid.
Yeah.
Because that's all she would talk about.
Yeah.
And he goes, you know, because one day whenever they're able to get this trust fund, I want to be able to have a conversation that I'm not ready to have now. And as I want to be able to look her daughter in the eye and be like, I knew. He goes, you know, I forget exactly how it goes. He goes, I knew your father, and he was one hell of a woman.
Yeah.
You know, and he was talking about like Caitlyn Jenner. He goes, that bitch got named Woman of the Year after only being a woman for one fucking year. It's like, you know, so it's just. And he was talking about how there was a term that was applied to him for one of his shows that he did in San Francisco. Remember he was talking about
Yeah.
it? And the phrase was punching down. Don't punch down to my people. And he's like, what the fuck does that even mean? Punching down.
Yeah, it took a while for him to actually understand
Yeah.
what was going on. But what was really sad about this special is like a lot of people were just like, hey, it was kind of funny, but it was really sad at the end. I was like, dude, that was an emotional roller coaster.
It was.
It really was. It was a very good emotional roller coaster.
I mean, I laughed my ass off, but at the end of it,
oh God, I cried.
I mean,
I teared up.
yeah, I mean, I'm laughing so hard, you know, and I'm like, but at the end, I'm like, man, that's some real shit.
Yeah,
You know,
it's one of those things.
that's 100% right
It's
there.
one of those things that you're just going off and you're going, oh my God, why are you giving me feelings now?
You know,
These are the
right?
wrong feelings I'm supposed to be having when we're watching this damn thing. Why are you doing this to me, motherfucker?
Like, I just want to go have a normal
No,
white,
right.
middle upper class bringing where dad beats me on Thanksgiving. You know, I just want to have some normal shit like that. But no, here comes Dave Chappelle coming in here making me think and have feelings. And I'm like, man, no, what is this all about? But in all seriousness, I mean, that was an excellent
Oh yeah,
special.
It was really good. It was really thought out, and it was really it played to closing it all down at the last part.
Yeah, you know, and I love that little bit that he had talked about when he was like, you know, everybody's all talking about struggles of the black people and this, that, and the other, you know, are trying to overcome racism and everything. And he's like, I totally get it. I completely understand where everybody is coming from. And they were like, how the hell do you know? He goes, because I'm that motherfucker that rode that elevator and then stepped off and walked away from $50 million.
Yeah.
He's talking about the Chappelle show, you know, and
Well, what happened with that Chappelle show is they started trying to stop his his comedy. They wanted to be less racism. They wanted to be less this, and then like 5 years later, they ended up. Well, not even 5 years. Like after the Chappelle show, they had what's his name, the Mexican guy.
Carlos Mencia.
Yeah, Carlos Mencia that stole jokes all the fucking time,
This
and then
dude,
after like
Carlos
3
Mencia
years of
was
that, and
probably
then
the
they went,
most unoriginal dude.
Oh yeah,
I think I watched maybe 2 episodes of his show, and I was just like, this guy's not funny.
I only watched like half of a show.
And well, see,
Well, the only
I'm the kind of person where I'm like, okay, I'm going to watch an episode, and it may be painful to watch, but I'm going to try to watch a second episode or a second special because, maybe it's just, you can kind of watch watch their writing evolve or their material evolve. But Carlos, it would just became blatantly obvious from the green light that this dude was just plagiarizing jokes. And I'm like,
well, Amy Schumer did the same thing, and
yeah.
What it ended up happening though is they ended up having Keenan and Peele, and Keenan and Peele were old Mad TV people.
Well, they were also old school Nickelodeon people. I mean, they were Good Burger.
No, they weren't.
Yeah, they were.
No, they weren't.
Yes, they were.
No, they weren't.
Yes, they were.
You're thinking no.
Yeah.
No.
Are you sure?
I absolutely positive because the other guy that was from Good Burgers on Saturday Night Live right now.
Yeah, he is. Okay, well,
And
you know what?
Keenan
I stand corrected. I stand corrected. Look, see, everybody, Johnny is not afraid to admit when he's fucking wrong. And you know what? I'm wrong, all right? I was wrong about the Red Sox being able to beat the Astros. I'm wrong about this. I'm wrong, okay? I lay down on my sword. E2 me, all right? Whatever. But
E2 Brute.
yeah, Caesar said that to Brute, to Brute.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah,
it
okay.
to me. See what I did there?
Yeah.
You uneducated fuck.
Fuck you.
Dude, I just want
One
to
of
be
the, one of these
my dad.
One of these episodes, we're just gonna end up like having a brawl about the Pablo thing. It's like, why are y'all fighting each other? Oh, we're close friends.
I got this bottle right here. I ain't throwing nothing else. I got a $1,200 phone. I got a $900 laptop, and I got $200 sunglasses right here. You know what? I got this pink '79 Black Rifle coffee.
That would probably go. Yeah.
This is okay.
that's okay to throw because we both hated that freaking shit.
Oh my God!
I hate Pavagrant.
That was bad.
I know. You're gonna have a bad one of these days. That's the only thing.
But okay, so these tropes, right? And it's like this girl runs and falls. It seems kind of sexist to imply there. Right there, you can tell a woke person wrote this article. But it seems kind of sexist to imply that terrorized girls don't know how to run through the forest without falling down, breaking their leg, and allowing the monster to catch up with them. But it's a crowd pleaser anyway, and if the movie features a girl in a forest, sooner or later she's going to start running and fall down. It's a great trick for building suspense. And it's like...
Well, like a scary movie.
Right.
The one
like even in Halloween
Kills. Shannon Elizabeth.
Yeah.
To where that whole scene is like, oh, I'm supposed to do this, and then she breaks her own leg, and he's like, oh, what the?
See, but Scary Movie was just, it was satire.
Yeah, it was satire against the horror genre. Which
and then you got the
really
crazy
fun.
girl that no one believes, a.k.a. Jamie Lee Curtis,
Yeah.
Or Nev Campbell. Oh, speaking of Nev Campbell, there's a new Scream movie coming out. Nev Campbell, Patricia Arquette, Courtney Cox Arquette, or is she just Courtney Cox again? I don't know.
She's divorced.
They divorced?
Yeah.
Well, that's awkward because David Arquette's in this movie too.
Well, they're close friends and everything.
Well, whatever. Anyways. So, not Patricia Arquette. Patricia Arquette, God, that was a tragic Hollywood career.
Courtney Cox, Melissa Burnett, Gina Ortega.
But, unlike the
Neve
original
Campbell.
Scream movies, this one actually looks semi-decent and somewhat interesting.
The last one had Jay and Silent Bob in it. Come on now.
Right? But, and the thing of it is like, just like you, I don't really care about going to go see a damn horror movie. But my boys are kind of, they're starting to get into it a little bit. And I guess the fact that it's like, October and
I like
Halloween month.
monster movies.
Well,
I'm more into like monster
like
movies.
the King Kongs and the Godzillas. I mean, yeah, I'll watch
like
those.
Dracula, Frankenstein.
Yeah. I mean, even then, I still got to be in the mood for them. But, I mean, a lot of these is like, you get that. You get like the Final Girl or the Medicine Cabinet Mirror Trick, where they're looking in the medicine cabinet and they shut it and then the person's right behind them.
Yeah.
But it's still, they tie that one in with like the jump scream, and then you've got the newer type technology-based, tropes like the no cell phone service and crap like that.
Or the killers texting you.
Yeah.
And it's that whole.
I've lost my keys. Oh, I found them, and now my car mysteriously won't start. It's like.
Yeah, but if it was us, it would more or less be like, oh, my car won't start. All right, well, I'll get out and fix it and everything like that. And you hear the ch-ch-ch, and afterwards you hear a ch-ch-ch-ch. What the fuck was that?
Right? Because, I mean, I'll carry one with the chamber, in the chamber because Mama didn't raise no bitch, And it's like horror movies would not work in the South. I mean, horror movies would not work in rural Texas.
They did horror movies in the South. There's this one guy that does it.
It's like
you can YouTube it.
I love Black Rifle Coffee with their "What if veterans were in horror movies?" And it's like it would last all.
I can't wait till the next episode of that.
It would last all of about 10 minutes because like the killer would come in and be like, "What's up, bud?" Bang! It's like, woo! Look at that motherfucker. You see him doing Instagram photos,
Yeah. Or have a silver bullet vibrator that screams out the national anthem.
Oh, see, that would be the thing that the killer needs to kill a veteran.
No, it was. You didn't watch the last one, did you?
No, I didn't.
Okay, Matt Vest was. Matt was on the side. He's like, "Oh, there's a werewolf in there," and she's like, "I got a silver bullet," and she turns it on. And he's like, "Ding, ding, 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 ding."
Oh, that's cool. Yeah,
it was last year's.
All right, yeah.
She goes in, and they close the door. You just hear her like, "All right."
Yeah. Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
One of my favorite tropes is when people run down the middle of the fucking road when they're being chased by a car. It's like, honey, that's what sidewalks are for. Like, really, I'm going to run down the road. Yeah, okay, yeah. I'm on foot. They're in a motorized vehicle.
You know what I would do? I would stand right in front of a fucking tree and just like, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Duck behind the tree. It's like, well, that happened.
Right? I mean, you think about it. Even these 3%ers that run around, and they're like, yeah, I got my kit, my car, and like, oh, so you're expecting a gunfight. Okay, sure. Civil War could break out at any time. Like, motherfucker, you don't want to know what that looks like, man, really.
Or someone that goes to the gun range fully kicked out with like a flak vest, or that person's kind of funny, but I would if that actually
that was very well played. I am impressed.
If that person, let me finish. If that person actually show up the range, I still talk to him and tell him.
You know what? I'm impressed. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. And just so that everybody at home has a
point of reference.
Yeah, exactly. To put it into context, the last time we went to the range, I showed up in my plate carrier. Why? Because I don't want to carry fucking handfuls of magazines.
That's what a backpack's for, bro.
I don't give a fuck about your backpack. Backpacks are for carrying fucking books and laptops, you sorry ass. And besides that, I don't want somebody shooting me in the fucking back because they don't know what the fucking what trigger control means.
Well, at least I know what your blood type is.
Exactly. Exactly.
No, Andy and Hafer laugh at people that do that. I'm joking around with you on that one. because they have people that go to the.
Yeah, okay. All right. Go ahead. All right. Yeah. Go ahead.
No, they go whenever they go to SHOT Show. They have people with the backpacks and they have their blood type, has this and this and this and everything while they're walking around, and they're just laughing at the people. But
Okay. All right.
do you need a hug now?
No,
Okay.
I don't need a hug.
Okay.
I don't want a fucking hug.
Is it one of those things that say, baby, I'll make you a cake. I'll bake you a
Well,
cake.
you're out of luck because I don't eat cake.
I'll get you a pie. How about a pie?
Fuck your pie. Fuck your pie and Chef Boyardee or fucking Martha Stewart, whoever baked that bitch. No.
Sweets isn't gonna.
I just want to stay over here on my fucking porch, stay off my grass, and I won't shoot you. That's all there is to it.
But
Get off my lawn.
You know what? There is a horror movie that I'll watch religiously on Halloween, and that's Tucker and Dale.
Yeah, okay. Josh Whedon.
No.
No.
Yeah,
That's Josh Whedon.
No, it wasn't. But they had what's his name? God.
John C. Reilly.
No. Fuck.
Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Alan Tudyk. It has Alan Tudyk.
Tucker
Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
It was like made with $5. It was some guy named Eli Craig. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
but
right.
That movie is so freaking great because it's a couple of hillbillies. You think they're gonna be the bad guy. They're gonna be the killers and everything. And the whole premise of this movie is they think that the college kids from the camping site are killing each other in front of their house for some ungodly reason. And they're trying to kill them, and they keep on fucking it up. Like one kid accidentally goes into a wood chipper.
Oh my god,
dude! It that's something I that's a horror type movie. I mean, I don't even think it's a horror movie. I think it's like a what do you call it? A gruesome comedy, a really
Right.
dark comedy. Well, a dark comedy. It's a really dark comedy. And, well, it says comedy horror, but it's really dark comedy. And then you get to the end.
You know, I'm surprised it's not streaming anywhere this month. I mean, it is, but you got to pay for it.
I need to buy that movie just to buy it so I can watch it more times. Because it was on Netflix for a while.
It's on Netflix, but it's not available to watch in our country. That's fucking un-American right there.
Well, it's Canadian, so what do you expect?
I don't give a damn. It's called North America, motherfucker. Canada's nothing but America's two cat.
Hose down your goddamn fucking panties, dude.
Hose them down.
Yeah. It calms you down.
Kuna your tatas, dude. Distress your breasts. Fucking calm your tits.
Oh man. But no, that's the kind of horror I want, because I like dark humor and everything like that. I mean, you go into something like Death to Smoochie.
Death to Smoochie was a great movie.
I still reference one part with Robin Williams. It's like, "Are you okay, sir?" "No, I've been kind of fucked up lately, so it's kind of hard to tell." But those types of horror movies are, because it's, you know, the stuff that's gonna come, but they do it in a funny way. So
Yeah.
Or Young Frankenstein. God, I love that movie. I got to watch it in theater with like a big crowd and everything.
Right.
I'll tell you this right now: if you love a movie, and it goes into a theater, go see it in a theater, and it'll be if you've only watched it like on TV, like Blazing Saddles. I watched Blazing Saddles actually in the theater when it came, and I've only watched Blazing Saddles on TV.
Yeah.
But you go see it in a theater, it's a totally different experience. It's like going to see a music. You can watch a musical on TV, but if you actually watch a musical going into it and with other people and everything in a theater,
Right.
it's a totally different experience.
Yeah. Like when Empire Strikes Back did their 40th re-release.
Oh yeah.
I've seen it. I can't count the number of times I've seen it, both the original and the special editions. But my boys hadn't. So I was like, no, this is going to happen. So I took them to go see that. And it was like when Close Encounters of the Third Kind did their 40th.
Yeah.
Dude, you have to go see that in the theater.
Yeah.
You just do. Especially with the soundtrack and everything like that. And, you know, that build up at the beginning of the movie, you hear the music, you know, and then it just builds up in that huge crescendo. It's like, bump, you know. It's amazing. And, I mean, if you listen to it in some, you know, with earbuds or whatever, and you get that stereo, I'm going to use an old school word here, stereophonic, you know, but you go into a theater and it's got that surround sound. It's got that like fucking 9,000.1 surround sound or whatever it's going on.
Yeah, you can replicate that stuff as much as you possibly can.
Yeah.
But the only problem with it is you don't have those extra tropes to where it's the audience. The energy from the audience is totally different.
Yeah.
That's like Ghost in the Shell. Ghost in the Shell with Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
I watched that in theaters. The whole movie was crap. The only thing it saved was this mentally challenged kid that was, every time there was like a flashing light, she was going, yay! That was what made that movie for me.
Yeah.
I can never watch that movie because if I don't hear yay constantly,
Right.
the movie sucks. I mean, horribly. But I was like the Saw movies.
Yeah.
Because those were just gruesome movies. I mean, they had when I first watched it, a friend of mine was like, hey, I'm going to watch this movie. I bet you'll never figure out who the killer is. We got like halfway through the movie where they were talking about the guy that was in.
I own it now. It's like, you know what, screw it. And I bought it in Ultra HD, so yeah.
Yeah. They had that scene to where the guy was in the bed and they were like, oh, he's Contonic. We got these things, blah, 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 blah. Anyways, I was like, oh, that's the killer. She's like, no, it's not. And then after the end of the movie, he pops up. I was like, told you, he's the killer. He's right there.
Yeah.
He's like, how did you know that? Because in movies, if they emphasize, and this is going to ruin a lot of movies for people, if they emphasize on something like a key or a lock or something in the beginning of the movie that it just seems like it's mundane and shouldn't be shared or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like James Bond movies are the world's worst because they'll shine something like a watch. Like if there's a special gadget watch, they'll shine a watch or they'll shine a pen. And they'll go off and talking about this one thing, and that then in the movie it pans out to where it's something that it needed to be used, which is sad. But sometimes very very few times it's going to be a red herring, and the only time that happens usually is with comedies. It's like,
Yeah.
aren't we supposed to use this thing right here? Oh yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, it's like, do we really need that? Nah. You know.
Nah.
But yeah, dude. I mean, ideally, I was just like, you know, I can't stand horror movies. I'm just like, it just doesn't do anything for me.
You
I
know
mean,
what?
I got more entertainment from the people sitting around me in the theater than I did the actual movie because I'm like, they're all written the same, and it's like, yeah, you can change the flavor of the Kool-Aid, but at the end of the day,
It's still the same Kool-Aid.
it's still Kool-Aid.
Unless you go to Jonestown, then it's the fake shit and it has
But yeah, the
poison in it.
flavor aid, right?
Yeah. No. Did you know they made like I think it was a total of 6 Critters movies? You know, the little fuzzball.
Yeah, I
and
remember
needles.
Critters, yeah.
That movie scared the crap out of me only because of when they popped out of the toilet.
You know, the movie that scared the crap out of me for the longest time when I was a kid was Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I couldn't finish that entire movie until I was like 14. And it pissed me off because I'm like, I want to see this movie all the way through. But like, I don't know.
Jaws did that to me.
Well, I mean, because it made you not want to go swimming, right?
Yeah.
This made me not want to, like... I mean, dude, it made me not want to open the fucking door at night. When the sun goes down, door is not getting... No,
Dude,
just-
I always happen. You remember those Unsolved Mysteries and everything?
Yeah.
The fucking episodes where they're talking about alien abductions and everything. Dude, constantly I would see like aliens in the window because Unsolved Mysteries originally came out on night at like 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
And you're sitting there watching these things.
Robert
with
Stack in his trench coat.
Yeah. And you're sitting here watching these damn things, and I kept on peering out of the window. It looked like a freaking alien.
Yeah.
And this is like when I'm like 10. I mean, talk about fuck. And then I couldn't sleep for like a good couple of times. I would like blink at the freaking window and everything.
Yeah.
Man, the human mind. That's the most horror you can get is just the human mind itself.
All right. So I'm going to challenge you. There's a movie called Benny Loves You. You've seen the Happy Town Murders, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It's called Benny Loves You. I bought this on Vudu one night because it looked corny, right? And my boys wanted to watch it because they're like, "Oh, that looks funny." Watch it. Just watch it.
No, because I love Happy Town Murders. Because there's this
The
old
Happy Town
Seth-
Murders are just, dude.
Do you remember that Seth Green TV show back in the day where it was basically like Happy Town Murders, but it was Seth Green?
Crank Yankers?
No, that was something totally different. I've seen the commercial for this. I was thinking of actually watching it. God,
Do yourself a favor and do it. Because it's golden.
let me bring up Seth Green's thing because it was like early 2000. Where's his ID, man? Okay, it was like Greg the Bunny, I think it was.
Greg the Bunny, yeah. Seth Green produced that, but Greg the Bunny was voiced by Bobcat Goldthwait.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. Because the funniest episode is they're trying to get the dog. Hold on, they're trying to get the dog because they got rid of the dog's balls, and they're trying to substitute something else, and they had these eyeballs that whenever you click them together, and they do a Nat King Cole song. You know, like, doo 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 doo, and the dog would walk around, and all you hear is this dangling doo 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 doo. I almost died that day watching that fucking shit. It was so fucking hilarious. Yeah, Greg the Bunny. Yeah,
Yeah, Greg the Bunny.
that was fucking hilarious. It had 2 seasons,
Yeah.
but it was short
like
seasons.
it played heavily on the whole Married with Children dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
Married with Children. Speaking of which, I mean, have you, like, Christina Applegate's got, like, she's got a condition now? Or something like that?
Really?
Yeah, let's see here.
No, he didn't help produce it.
No, I know.
She has a condition?
Yeah, I'm trying to see what it is here. Hold on.
Oh, man.
In 2008, they reported that she had been diagnosed with breast cancer. She had a double mastectomy. She had that BRCA1. Now she's also been diagnosed with MS. That's what I thought it was. Yeah.
Okay, it was MS.
Yeah, she's got MS, and I'm like, man.
Yeah, she is starting out with her career on Married with Children. She was in an abusive relationship during that time frame, and they tried their best to shy away from it and everything.
Yeah.
But she's lived a kind of nothing against her. She's actually a pretty level-headed person.
Yeah.
Which is
I love her in the freaking
Anchorman.
Anchorman movies. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There was actually 3 Anchorman movies. There's Wake Up Ron Burgundy, the Lost movie. 2004 direct-to-video counterpart. So it was a direct-to-video. Oh, so it was like straight to DVD kind of a thing. Will Ferrell, and Christina Applegate.
We could probably find that. Okay.
Paul Rudd's in it. Steve Carell, David Kochner. It's composed of outtakes from the original film. Okay.
Oh. A video short in 2014.
Yeah.
2004.
93
Afternoon
minutes. It's an
Delight.
hour and a half. Good God.
Is it?
Yeah. According to the Wikipedia page, it's an hour and a half long.
Damn.
That's freaking awesome. But yeah, dude, she was in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Not Dead to Me. Is it Dead to Me?
Don't tell mom babysitter's dead.
No, that's classic. That's classic. Yeah, Dead to Me. That she was. It was in I think it was Netflix. That series is on Netflix or whatever, Netflix or Hulu? I can't remember which.
I don't know. I didn't watch it. It's Netflix.
Yeah, Netflix. It's really good. It's got that Linda Cardellini. She played Velma in the Scooby-Doo movies, and she played the auditor from Grandma's Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, that totally changed me to boot for Velma after that.
Oh, yeah. Totally. Team Velma all the way.
You know what's really funny is there's this I guess he's handicapped. This handicapped kid on TikTok, and they had that porn one where she's trying to find glasses. Fred, Thelma, I can't find my glasses, and he just shows up out of the blue with the green screen. He's like, "Here's your glasses, you bitch."
Wow.
So hilarious.
Wow.
I mean, this kid is just, he brightens up the day. Ed Eisner. Of course, he's dead.
You know, and okay, so the fact that, like, I want to say, very tongue-in-cheek here, we're very blessed to have the porn industry.
Yeah.
Because with the amount of parodies, and they are horrible parodies. Like, I remember, you remember back in the 90s when 90210 was the thing to watch, right?
Yeah.
And they did this, whole behind-the-scenes episode. And so Jason Priestley and Ian Ziering and...
Putting your hand down in your...
No, I'm scratching my nuts,
Okay.
dude. Shut up, fucker. Anyways, so they said that they were filming that day. They were filming an episode, and so they went next door, and they didn't realize it. But they went next door, and the studio that was next door to theirs was a porn production studio.
Uh-huh.
And they were filming a parody of 90210.
Oh, my God.
And it was called 90210, right?
Yeah.
And so they were looking at the people that were playing their parts in the porn movie, and they watched an entire scene get filmed. And it was like, oh, Luke Perry was there, too. I forgot about Luke Perry, but... so... What was that dark-ass meme that came out when Luke Perry died? It's like, it's 90210.
Oh.
Yeah.
That is pretty dark.
Yeah, that was bad. But they were like, you've made it. You've made it. When the show that you are currently filming is being parodied as a porn in the studio next door, right? And I was just like, wow, that's funny. And I don't know why that stuck out in my head. Like, you get all these like John Wayne Bobbitt,
Yeah.
Forrest Stump, and then you had Saving Ryan's Privates.
Dude, there's a...
And then there was the Pirates one where they did this whole Pirates of the Caribbean parody, and it was all porn, and it was shot on 42 millimeter film.
No, it's even worse. Is and this is the only reason why I know this is because of Marcus. Is there's a Lone Survivor porn parody.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. The Bone Survivor.
War movie Lone Survivor makes a porno.
But it's called The Bone Survivor. And Mark is just like, I wonder who the fuck is playing me. It's that's sad, isn't it?
I'm trying to read this here.
Oh, did you pull up the Lone Survivor porn parody?
No, it's shadowproof.com. So.
Oh yeah, I was reading that too. It's so sad, isn't it? Because they do a parody almost on everything that's popular. It's like they have a Avengers parody type, well, not a spoof type deal. It's called? What is it called? Grim Avengers or some shit like that. But it's Grim Fairy Tales, and it's set to where it's like the Avengers type stuff.
Yeah.
It's so it's so hilarious because the guy that played the lead role in Starship Troopers,
Right.
he's like the
Is that Mario Van Peebles or something like that?
no, is it Mario Van Peebles? Is that what his name is?
I think so. Like, he owns the rights to that character now. Like, nobody else can be cast in that role. Isn't that weird?
Castor Van
Peebles, yeah, right?
No, Castor Van Dien.
Dean, yeah. Anyways.
Yeah.
But, let's see.
Yeah, did he buy the...
I don't think he bought the
bought the
IP, but somewhere in his contract, like, he's the only one that can be cast as Johnny Rico.
That's interesting. But he does a lot of... I can bring this up. He does a lot of indie movies now. He's not that very popular. But what's really sad, he was popular back in the day. After Starship Troopers, it elevated him a little bit more because he did Tarzan and he also did Sleepy Hollow. God, what is it?
Wow, this guy that wrote the review on both the porn and the actual movie.
God, there's a review.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so here's his synopsis. He goes, when time is up for both movies, you feel about the same. Any pleasure is wiped away as you realize people were exploited and your emotions hijacked for a cheap thrill. You feel empty, used. You're embarrassed by war porn that tries to convince you that killing people in Afghanistan has some purpose. This guy's a liberal, obviously. Same as you're embarrassed that you believed for a selfish moment that all those oohs and ahs and ahas just might have been real. Just both movies make you feel good briefly about something that isn't good. And you can't tell anyone about what you did. You're the lone survivor. Bonus, despite bragging about how the SEALs are the most highly trained warriors on Earth, not one in the movie speaks one word of Pashto. In the odd moments where Afghans need to be told how to service the SEALs' needs, communication is done via shouted English and threats. You'd think that at some point in all that training, a little local language would come in handy. But like with porn, you're not there for the dialogue, right? It's like, oh my God. I'm just like that whole review was just
You kind of just want to throw it away now. It was like that. I did a video, a What the Hell episode, and it was about this Irish chick that was being judgmental about Southern food and everything. I mean, every review of what she supposedly ate, which I seriously think that she didn't eat it, was like she couldn't get biscuits and gravy. She's like, oh, I can't believe this. This is crap. I can't believe people would eat this stuff. And then I went to her. What was it? I think it was her Instagram account, and she was supposedly a good writer for a newspaper. So, and I looked at it. She's living with her mom. Her mom's fug ugly, and she's fug ugly. I was like, I can't fucking do it.
Right. Like, I don't want to do it, man. Don't make me do it.
Yeah. It was one of those things to where and that movie is Avengers Grimm. When this is funny. This is the synopsis for it. When Rumpelstiltskin destroys the magic mirror and escapes to the modern world, the four princesses of Once Upon a Time, Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, Snow White, and Rapunzel are sucked through the portal. Well trained and endowed with magical powers, the four women must fight Rumpelstiltskin and his army of thralls before he enslaves everyone on Earth. So,
okay, so a little bit of nerd news here. Halo Infinite is about to come out for the Xbox, right?
uh-huh.
Well, Nerf has got this really cool line of Halo-themed guns. I own a couple of them, right? It's just, like
Yeah.
Master Chief's assault rifle. It's great. It's a bullpup.
They have the actual working one?
Right, yeah, with the round counter on top.
Yeah.
But they've got the Halo. 22 minutes ago, Halo's official Facebook account. Feel the pink mist. Pre-order your very own Nerf limited edition Needler today. It looks like the Needler gun from the Covenant.
Yeah. I thought they always had that.
Well, they have like this little cheap ass one that was like a single shot.
Yeah.
This one looks like it's battery powered.
Oh, okay.
That looks cool though. Like,
Yeah, with the LEDs and everything.
yeah.
I hope, man, that was one thing when we were kids that we would get a box and it looked really cool. Then you open it up and it looked like someone just put together.
So HasbroPulse.com. Choose my location.
Are you buying it?
Holy shit! No, I'm not buying it. It's $100 damn.
Fuck that.
And it looks like it's a 4-shot. So this better not really. I mean, it looks cool as hell, but it's just 4 shots.
Mm.
I mean, as for the aesthetics alone, I mean, it looks cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd probably be one of those things that I buy for like, just to keep on a shelf or something like that. I mean, look at that.
Yeah, that looks fucking cool.
I mean, dude, that's pretty damn. Oh no. It's a 10-shot revolver.
Okay.
Yeah, see? There it shows the front.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. That's pretty damn cool. 6 AA's. Yeah, 10 shots. It's a rotating 10-dart drum. Is it fully automatic? Yeah, fully motorized blaster. It releases 10 darts in a row from the rotating. Okay, so it's an automatic, but that's cool. Light up accents. I mean, dude, to me that's a display piece right there. Let's see here. Flexible needles light up when you grip the handle. Yeah, I mean, I would hope that they would be flexible. Otherwise, like kids would be stabbing each other with it when they get.
Have you seen the ones where they did a Nerf gun? They super powered it.
Yeah, with the 20-volt battery,
and it went through like a plywood.
No, I did not see that.
Oh, dude, they did like supercharged one, and they put compressed air into it, and even though the Nerf tip was like foam, it's still like bruised.
Oof.
Dude.
They came out with an Aliens M41A blaster from the Aliens movie. And they have, for $126, they have a Mandalorian phase blaster rifle. Let me see. Let me pull it up for you. You know what? I'm just going to send you the link here. Hold on.
You should be able to just
Yeah, I'm going to
airdrop it.
You know what? Fine.
You have adult stuff, use the adult stuff. I guess that's about it.
Yeah, hold on. You're gonna love this. Here, hold on. There you go.
It's coming up. God damn it. United States, fuck. Dude, that's fucking awesome. That looks really good. Now all you have to do is like put the battery in the back end of the holster or the hilt, and
It's 50.25 inches long, so that's a little over 1.25 meters.
well, I was thinking about the shock factor. You can make it a big taser.
Oh, God. Series accurate breech loader blaster has a handle you pull back to prime the blaster and includes 10 official darts. Battle worn and tight lipped, formidable bounty
My
hunter with an
fucking
increasingly dangerous galaxy.
Fuck. My close friend of mine sent me this.
Yeah, Mike sent me those today, too.
The teardrop.
Yeah. Yeah.
God. I guess I'm fucked off people. All right. I guess that's the end of this episode. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter. Take a look at our T-shirts. And I'm going to be working on that this weekend, hopefully. And give us a like. Share. Give it to your friends and everything. It doesn't matter if it's Spotify or Apple or even YouTube. You can share this to your friends and show that how much we are really good friends. All right, everybody. I'm David Dickerman.
Don't ever do that again. Like, seriously, don't ever do that again. Because, I mean, like, we're really good friends. When I hear you do that, I picture you, for some ungodly reason, sitting in an overstuffed beanbag chair in the corner, wearing a bib and eating a bag of fucking candy corn. I don't know why, but that disturbs the shit out of me.
That's
Like-
just, what the fuck is wrong with you? I mean, seriously, who the fuck eats candy corn? And two, I can see the rest.
Wow. Okay, so my girlfriend and her sister both absolutely adore candy corn. My parents love candy corn. They don't love it. My mom loves candy corn.
Okay, your girlfriend likes candy corn and the Astros. That's gonna turn out a great relationship. At least you know firsthand all the horrible things.
Dude, I'm working on the Astros part. I really, really am.
You know,
I know that we were going to try to wrap this up. Just
Yeah.
give me
No,
like
no,
5
no,
minutes here.
we-
So, okay, so I'm a part of a page on Facebook called Baseball Talk, right?
Yeah.
And some jackwagon gets on there this morning, and I don't know if he was doing it for the likes or what. I have no clue. Don't really care at this point. But he gets on there, and he's like, y'all mad? Astros are the new dynasty in baseball. This dude. Oh, my God. Okay, so dude, it's just, okay, so, I mean, everybody's like, no, this is not, this is not something that is a thing, right? And, I mean, everybody's like still throwing the whole cheaters thing, blah, 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 right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, let's take a step back from the cheaters part, all right? I understand as a Red Sox fan I was not happy with the way that the ALCS turned out. But
Yeah.
looking at it 24 hours after the fact, the Astros outplayed us. The Red Sox offense didn't come to play. They produced 1 or 2 runs over like 23 innings. So it's like 2.5 games that their offense didn't put any runs across the plate, right? So, I mean, it's hard to win games if you don't score runs.
Yeah.
It's not that we got out-pitched. It's not that we got out-hit. You know, it's just and was there cheating involved? I don't know. Don't really at this point. It doesn't matter. If it comes out that they did cheat, then
There's nothing you can do.
there's
about
nothing
it,
we can
actually.
do about it.
Yeah.
Can't go back and replay the ALCS. Can't go back and replay the World Series. I mean,
It's one of those
you can
things you
strip
just-
them of the title, but
Yeah.
I mean, how's that going to help the other team? But as a Red Sox fan, I have to look back over the entire work of the entire 162 game regular season, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we'll touch on this Sunday when we shoot our sports episode, or Monday, whenever.
Yeah.
I have to look back and say, you know what? We were projected as a team to finish a couple of games over 500, maybe 4th place in the division, maybe last place, don't know, because we finished dead last year. But if you were to sit there and tell me at the beginning of the season, with all of the projections from all of the pundits and everything that were out there, a couple of games over 500, maybe an 81 or maybe an 82, 83 game win season, right? That we were going to have a 92 game win season, that we were going to beat the Yankees in the wild card game, and that we were going to beat the defending American League champions in the divisional series, and then go toe to toe with Houston and come 2 victories away from going to the World Series, I'd have taken that every day.
Yeah.
All day, every day. And I got a buddy of mine. I'm going to meet up with him later today. He, was sitting there going, he tried to punk me. I don't know if you saw it on my Facebook. Like, he tagged me in it, and he's like, there's no crying in baseball, go Astros, right? And then he calls me today. He's like, I'm just checking to make sure you didn't slit your wrists or anything like that. And I told him, I was like, dude, first off, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Because that's not even remotely funny. Second of all, dude, I'm not even mad. Like, yeah, I would have liked to have seen it ended differently, but they didn't, and I gave him the same facts that I just gave you.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I didn't know all that. And I was like, yeah. So maybe before you start talking shit, educate yourself so that way you can do it properly. I'm sitting here thinking to myself, this dude's got one Astros hat in his whole house, and everything else is either he's got a Baltimore Orioles jersey, I know. He's got a couple of Ravens jerseys from, Baltimore. And the rest are Dallas Stars hockey sweaters. I'm like, seriously, man, if you're going to come at me like that, bring your A game, because I will fucking destroy you. And it's not like in an aggressive manner. It's just like, if you're going to talk shit like a champ, and have something ready to back up.
Yeah.
Jim Rome used to have a radio show. I think he still does, but he would have callers call in, and they would just chirp at each other, right? And he called it the jungle, right? So he would get the best burns and the best takes all year long, and they would qualify for this chirp off at the end of the year. And you had 30 seconds to make your point and talk, just to drop that knowledge, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, one guy gets in there and he's like, if he doesn't stay engaged with your 30-second rant, he's like, you're gone, and he'd hang up on him, and they'd never be allowed to call the show again. So it's like these people that would call in, they would have to have their shit in order, and then they spout it off. I mean, there's no stuttering, no hesitation, no you can't do any of that. You have to get it out, right? This guy that gets on this page this morning talking about the Astros are the new dynasty. It's like, no, you obviously, I keep hearing Enganya Montoya in my head. He's like, I don't think you are using that word properly. I don't think you know what that means. They've got one World Series win in the last 5 years. Yeah, they've been to the American League Championship Series 5 years in a row. They've had 3 World Series appearances in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
But they're not a dynasty.
No.
If anything, at best, they're one step above the Buffalo Bills because they managed to actually win a World Series. Now, whether or not they did it legitimately against the Dodgers, I don't know. But you can't throw a dynasty tag on something like that. I mean, this guy comes in there, and he doesn't have any facts. He doesn't have anything because he's talking about how, they're the king of the fastballs. And he's like,
Yeah, like in football, the dynasty right now is the Patriots.
Was the Patriots. Because when Tom Brady left, that dynasty ended. Okay? Yeah, they've got 6 Super Bowl titles, and they're tied with the most with Pittsburgh. That's great. But they're not nearly Tom Brady made that team a fearsome force, right?
Okay.
All right. Right now, the NFL does not have a dynasty, period, at all, period. Because it takes at least a decade to qualify as a dynasty. The closest thing to anything being a dynasty in professional sports would be maybe, and I hate saying this, the Lakers. And that's stretching it. And it really, the NBA doesn't have that whole dynasty thing going on anymore anyways, because everybody's all free agents and everybody's going from one team to the other, and they're trying to build super teams here, super teams there. And it just doesn't work because the free agency contracts make everything unaffordable.
We're cutting it into nerd sports.
Yeah, I know. But then on top of that, you go into like baseball. Everybody's like, "Oh, I got 27 rings." And that was my comment on this thread. I was like, "Are Astro fans becoming the new 27 rings crowd?" And everybody was like, "Yo, this dude's got a point." I was sitting there going, my comment is getting more likes than this dude's original comment that started the whole thread. And I'm just like, bro, and it's like, I don't hate the Astros. I'm not a big fan of the Astros. I'm not a fan of the Astros, period. But I mean, I don't know. And then when we actually film our sports episode on Sunday, we should, or Monday, we should have
we can
an
do
idea.
it tomorrow if you want
Yeah,
to.
we can. We should
I
have,
just don't wanna
because
do it.
the Dodgers and the Braves play Game 6 of the NLCS tonight. If the Braves win, they're going to the World Series to play the Astros. If the Dodgers win, they force a Game 7 that gets played Sunday night. So, at the very least, at the latest, Sunday night, we'll know who's going to play the Astros in the World Series. I'm pulling for the Braves, and it's because I don't like the Dodgers. I don't, because they're becoming the West Coast version of the New York Yankees. They're throwing money at the problem, and unlike the Yankees, they have a manager that knows what the hell they're doing. But I mean, I would love to see Atlanta go to the World Series, and a lot of it is some of it is poetically justified, because remember earlier this year we had talked about Major League Baseball took the All-Star game away from the city of Atlanta because of the whole voters' rights laws, right? How much would it just irk the fuck out of Robert Manfred, who's the commissioner of baseball right now, to have to go to Atlanta for a World Series game?
Yeah, that would be fucked off.
And the last time that the Braves won a World Series was back in the 90s with Bobby Cox as their manager.
Yeah.
They had Tom Glavine, they had John Smoltz. They had those all-star stud pitching staffs, and they had people like David Justice and Chipper Jones, and but this young crew of guys. I mean, they weren't expected to do shit this year. They ended up winning their division, but yeah, we are desperately and tragically running into nerd sports, which we will cover on Sunday.
No, let's do it Monday, because we still got to get all the football stuff done.
Yeah, you know what? You're right, because we do still have. I did get my picks up on
Yeah,
the
I saw
Facebook
that.
page.
I shared it on my thing.
And I was like, yeah, I know I'm late. Fight me. So, and so far, I remember I told you I had the Browns picked to win that game.
Yeah, that was a surprising.
Yeah, but I had the Browns picked to win that game,
We need
and they won. So right now I'm batting 1,000 for this week. So
to start doing a fucking
like a pool.
well, not a poll. We can do the betting. I can bet you can just give me the stuff.
No, and that's something I think we can talk
And
about off camera. But
Yeah.
that, oh man, that's got a lot of tax implications, dude. And I really don't want to. I mean, we can talk about it, and it's a cool idea, but
Yeah. But anyways, I'm David Gierkeman,
I'm Johnny Skelton.
and this is What the Hell. Talk to you later.
Keep it
Bye.
classy.